Today I have a lot of time in my hands. So it's me again, Martha. So there is one topic I want us to have as black people about where the rain started beating us and about the patriarchy systems in our cultures. Because personally I know the community I come from, or the tribe I come from, the Kikuyu, is a matriarchal society. Well, it is said before the white man came to introduce white collar jobs, the woman used to be the one to go out hunting and gathering, and the man will stay at home with the women, with the children. So already you can see that is a matriarchal society. So there is some funny traditions I hear all over Africa. A woman cannot do this, a woman cannot eat this, a woman, and that thing has even been transferred in the religion, in that a woman cannot talk in front of men, a woman cannot eat I don't know what, a woman cannot talk in church. All this is patriarchy. And patriarchy is there in the culture, and patriarchy is there even in religions. And you can see in most of the religions, all the three Abrahamic religions, women have been lied that men are special than them. I would like to know if I'm a sovereign and divine being directly made from the Creator. What makes a man think that he's more superior to me? And even when we are having a baby, we have to come two together to create that baby. What makes you think that you being a man, you are more special than me and I should bow down to you? Does not make sense, and it will never make sense. The world systems have been made to enslave people, and it does not make sense for me, and I don't see how I'll ever be somebody's slave, whether you are the government, whether you are a husband, whether you're my father, whether you're my brother. I don't believe in enslavement of another human being by another. It does not matter the gender. If you want to be respected, treat your woman with dignity, love her, protect her, but don't just thump and expect somebody to treat you like a god. Most men, because of that programming, have a problem with treating a woman like an equal, and they think a woman is a slave. So that is something you should check in the African society. Then it was enforced by religion. So actually, there is actually men who enjoy when their wife are also going to church, apart from when they are taking their money there, because they are taught more fear and more submission in the church. No human being is supposed to submit to another. Even your own boss. The only reason there is submission in workplace is because you fear losing your job. It's all based on fear. It's all based on fear. Why would you submit to another human being? Because you fear losing your job. You fear maybe they will cut your salary. What is so high and powerful inside of that person? You have the same blood running inside. The thing that should be there is respect, but not domination and fear and inferiority complex. All those things are not divine. They're all fear-based. They're all low vibrational. And that is how the society has been trying to program us and showing us that we should live like that and that it's normal. There is nothing normal about that. Yes, and some people we have seen, like in the Kikuyu community is an example I'm giving because I'm Kikuyu. Otherwise, you can take an example from your community, because all African communities are almost similar. When we were growing up, the fathers, the way they want to instill respect for us to respect them, they will come home drunk, they will knock very loudly on the door, and they will make sure the whole family wakes up, and they'll be screaming at the top of their lungs just to be noticed. I don't know, they were looking for attention or what exactly they were looking for is validation. They want to be a very strict authority figure, like army commander in the house. Why do you think your children are traumatized? When you raise children like that, you think they will not be traumatized? But anyway, I understand. Your children, your parents. Now, I've just talked about our parents, us, me, I'm a millennial, so our parents. Then you'll find that our parents' parents were the ones who grew up in the colonial era, right? So you know what went on there. And as much as I don't want to blame only the white man, everybody must carry their cross or whatever, because that is why I went back there to about matriarchal societies. You even know about Egypt and Ethiopia. They used to be queens and goddesses. But some of you men have decided that you want to be respected even if you offer nothing in that household, just because you provide a urine pipe. You want to be the dictator, and you want to give a fake what is the exact name I can give for you? Hitler. You want to be a fake Hitler? Or a real Hitler for that matter. To your own children. So these are the kind of traumas I'm talking about. The white man bring colonization and enslave our ancestors, take away their dignity, their self-esteem, their gods. When you take away people's gods, you take away their power, you strip them naked, you take away their spirituality, you show them how ugly they are, you show them how stupid they are, and on top of that, you introduce new gods that they've never heard about to them. You put them in concentration camps, you're beating them, they have to work for next to nothing. What do you think that does to somebody's psyche as a human being? You break that person down. You break that person down. So you can imagine the trauma that has been going down from one generation to the other just from colonization. And don't forget, somewhere like East Africa, there was also slavery. For those who don't know, there was slavery in East Africa. So some of our ancestors were taken as slaves to America and the Middle East and India, those countries. So you can imagine the trauma it brought on the society. I don't know when enslaving of women started, but it is very clear that it's programmed in many men's minds that women are inferior to them, and that's why we are having a big problem in the society, and they are taking it out even on their girl child, because from a very young age a girl child is treated like they are lesser than a boy child. You know, they are shown that their work is to get married and have children. Not all of them. I know there is good fathers out there, but at the end of the day, this is society programming, not necessarily family, father, mother and father. It is society thing. So even when a girl reach like my age and you are not married, you go to visit your aunts, or even you're in the neighborhood, people will ask you, where is your husband? And that is why men are very confident even to say they are using the Bible once again, that in the near future 7 women will be asking 1 man to bear their names. That is the kind of programming we are talking about, and it is done intentionally. It is not done by mistake. That is why when you go to those Bibles, you'll find a white God and a black Satan, a white angel and a black devil. It's all programming, you know. All this is programming that has been done to us from a very young age. The same thing with the programming about going to heaven. And societies should sit down and look at these things, because it's not getting any better. There is so many childless fathers. Those fathers, they have somebody who puts sperms there. There's somebody who puts sperms there. So whether you break up with your wife or your girlfriend, does that mean that your kids don't belong to you anymore? So, in as much as you want to go back to this culture, don't put us in another kind of oppression. Now we come from religious oppression, we go to society oppression. No, we refuse that kind of oppression. I see a lot of men there on social media shamelessly advocating for female genital mutilation. I don't know if you know what trauma it causes. Go and do that with your children, and if it should not be forced. Me, I wouldn't advise anybody to do FGM on their child, because the trauma and the scars it leaves with those children are for a lifetime. If you've never studied about trauma, again, try to find out where were the origins of female genital mutilation. This looks like it's some made-up thing from a sadistic man. Also, if you read up more about it, you'll see it has origins in Egypt. It used to be done to the slaves so that they could not have sexual relationships or pregnancies. Because it doesn't make sense to me how my vagina and my ancestors are connected, sorry to say. I know you can say all kinds of things and you can talk all kinds of things, but For me, I have enough brain to think the kind of things that will make my ancestors happy or unhappy, like injustices, the way men are killing each other because of land from their ancestors, the way men are mistreating their women, they're mistreating their children, the way they are cheating, the way people are sacrificing each other because of greed, and that's those kind of things. But don't tell me because I have a clitoris, my ancestors are angry. That is your nonsense. And actually that is a very embarrassing topic to come from a man. We know why you introduce those kind of things, because you feel inferior, you feel intimidated by the divine feminine. Men who talk about women clitoris are the same men you find now, this young generation. They can sleep with a woman and go and sit down and discuss how a woman's vagina is too big or too small. That is undressing your mothers. And that is lack of respect even for your own self, and to show how small-minded you are. It is not an achievement. You can do something better for Africa. You can do something better for the younger generation. Stop advertising your stupidityness and your shallow-mindedness. So, all these things, the colonizer is watching, don't forget. That is why they call you monkey, because you behave like one. Yes, you behave like one. Better start jumping from tree to tree and feeding on grass, and we'll bring you bananas if you cannot grow up. Stand up for the truth and do what is right. Go to the jungle. We will be coming to visit you there with our iPhones and taking pictures of you, so we can show the world how you are growing, you know, and how you have become tall and strong. So with those 3 videos for today, I think I've exhausted what I wanted to say. Think about it. That's just a small idea of me of how the rain started beating us. I know some of it is from colonization trauma. Some of it is just men who are very egoistic, and they feel they are very big and they are very mighty, and a woman should be below them. And most of those men actually, they don't even provide anything in their homes. A man who respects his family and his woman and his mother and his sisters automatically will get respect. It does not have to be enforced, and somebody does not have to use violence. So we know those kinds very well. I'm not a young girl. I've done enough research, and I've also traveled many places. I know many cultures. I know why people behave the way they behave. But that is not an excuse because you are traumatized and you have small man syndrome or small dick syndrome. Now you want to take it out on your children and your wife, or because of your ancestral traumas. That is on you, not on the whole world. Stand still because you are passing. And with those few words for today, I hope we can catch up for a healing session and for more on this conversation. Yeah, because we need to decolonize and unlearn. Otherwise, we'll be going through the same circle where we have been for years and years and years. Some of us, we are tired. We have to decolonize Africa by fire, by force, whether you like it or you don't. So let's go. Share, like, and subscribe, and see you for more. Thank you.